Hi, everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of the Beirut Buzz podcast brought to you by Beirut.com. We're already on our third season of meeting talented local individuals, and my guest for today is Marwan Daou. He is a 21-year-old Lebanese Ukrainian singer and songwriter, and known as Maro on all the streaming platforms and YouTube. He notched over almost 39 million views on his channel. That came back in 2020. So, hi Maro.
Hello, Lean.
How's it like in Kuwait?
Right now it's chill. I'm visiting my parents. I'm planning to go back to Europe again soon to work, but yeah, just chilling as of now.
Okay, cool. So let's start off with your childhood. You grew up in war-torn Lebanon, let's say, and you spent your childhood years moving around the country. So how was your childhood like, and how did that maybe influence your music career later on?
So yeah, I was living in Beirut until I was 6, and then after the Lebanese-Israel war, I had to move out to south with my family, and it was kind of lonely in my town, and that kind of just led me to pursuing music, I guess. I went to a music school and I started learning how to, which my mom kind of insisted, she pushed me to do that. And I just started playing the piano, and after a while I stopped doing that and I taught myself how to play the guitar. And from there I just started making videos online and posting on YouTube.
And during your teenage years, you were a huge fan of Justin Bieber. You were a big believer. And just
Yes.
like when he was little, you also would go and busk in the streets of Beirut. What
Yeah.
was your parents' opinion about that?
So when I was busking on the streets, I was going to Hamra and Madam Khalil. I was actually living with my grandma. She came to live with me from Ukraine, and my parents were in Kuwait. So my mom was very supportive. My dad didn't know much about it, but overall they were supportive. They didn't really care, and yeah. So I just wanted to do it.
Mm-hmm. And are you still a believer, or was it just a phase?
No, I'm still a believer.
Actually, I shouldn't have asked this question. It's like when my mom asked me if I'm ever gonna stop listening to metal music. Which I would not.
No, yeah, I grew up listening to Justin's music, and he's had a big impact on me. He inspired my YouTube channel and to play the guitar and singing. So it's gonna be part of me, I guess.
Also, at the age of 16, I guess, you auditioned for Arab's Got Talent, the 4th season, and you performed a song called This Town. I love this song.
Yeah.
But you don't talk about it much. Is it like an experience that you regret, or are you actually grateful for it?
Yeah, so I did audition back. I don't regret it at all. It was a fun experience, but it didn't really do much, I guess. I think these shows don't really do much. You get to the finals or something. It was a fun experience. I learned. It was my first performance in front of a big crowd, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
So I was very nervous, but after I did it, I was like, yeah, it's all right. So it was cool.
Would you ever consider auditioning for another show, maybe The Voice, مثلا?
The Voice more likely, but shows like Arab's Got Talent or America's Got Talent, no.
Mm-hmm.
if I were to audition, yeah, it would be the voice.
Mhm. So your career actually started on YouTube. In 2015, you began posting covers on your channel. You'd upload videos of you playing the guitar and singing songs in multiple languages. Speaking about that, how many languages do you speak?
I speak 4 languages, and I'm learning Norwegian because I spend a lot of time there.
Nice.
Uh, so yeah, it's 4 languages, but I sing I sing in many languages: Italian, Spanish, like languages I don't even speak.
Yeah, that's really cool. And honestly, I love your videos. They're so natural. You film yourself sitting outside on the floor in the sun. We see you reaching for the camera to like, start the video and end it. Um, so, as I was saying, you started posting videos on your YouTube channel, and in 2019, as your followers and views numbers grew substantially, you caught the attention of a tech music label based in LA and Stockholm, I guess.
Yes,
And
that's true.
you signed a deal as an original pop artist. So, how did all of this happen exactly?
Um, as you said, like I was posting a lot of videos on my channel, was blowing up, and this label came across my videos, and they reached out to me and my manager, and made a few trips to Stockholm, and I ended up releasing 4 songs with them: Carsick, Take It Back, Heart Despair, and Addicted to Her Sadness. So yeah, that's how it went, and I recorded and had some studio sessions in Stockholm, which was a really cool experience. I worked with people like Carl Falk and Alban Nedler. They had really big hits on Avicii, One Direction, Selena Gomez. Like, it was crazy.
And how did you meet your manager?
Uh, it's a really long story. I think I should leave it for another. Like, it would be, we met through a mutual friend on Instagram, and he's doing music management, and he was like, "Yo, get over to Norway." And I lived in his mom's basement at first in
Okay, that's very
2019,
cool.
and we just like worked and started writing songs together and doing everything together and going to the studio together. So it was really nice to get out of the Middle East,
Mm-hmm.
experience that world. It was kind of new to me.
And I noticed that you write a lot of love songs. Is it because they like sell well, or because you genuinely relate to them?
Uh, yeah. So I would say most songs are like, I write them from my heart, but yeah. So how I started writing songs, like, okay. So let me just put it this way: I was able to write songs because I was sad and brokenhearted at the time, and that's how I learned to write songs. And with time, I've learned to write like happy songs and different vibes, but that it kind of stuck with me. Just part of my writing process. Like, a lot of the melodies I come up with and the chord progressions are sad, so that's what I lean more towards, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Um, so the first song you produced was Corsic.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell us the story behind it, maybe?
Okay, so Carsick is a mix of different stories. I wrote it with Carl Falk, and it's just basically about multiple experiences I've had with girls, about feeling a certain way after drinking, or like going back home in the car, and you just like get this just feeling in the car, so that's where car sick comes from. It's nothing specific, but that, like, it's up to the listener, to perceive it the way they want to.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So I was reading one of your interviews, and in an interview for Flunt magazine, you said that you're planning on producing more original albums, performing live concerts, and getting into the fashion world. That sounds really interesting. So tell us more. What are like your future projects, fashion projects, basically?
Passion projects.
Yeah.
Okay, so recently signed a deal with a label called Empire Distribution in San Francisco, and I'm planning on releasing merch, my own merch, which I haven't done yet, and I haven't gotten the time to do that. So I'm very excited for that, and it's still like in the early stages and everything, but I don't want to say too much, but yeah.
Okay, let's not spoil it. Um, you lived in Lebanon, in Kuwait,
Yeah.
and Oslo in Norway, and I think in LA. Is that true?
No, I haven't been to LA, unfortunately.
Okay. Which country do you plan on settling in? Or maybe none of these countries that you've
I
already lived
I
in.
I myself don't even know. I've been traveling and moving around Lebanon, Kuwait, Oslo, Stockholm, like the past 4 years. So I don't know. I'm also wondering where I'm gonna settle down. But I'm hoping maybe somewhere in Europe or California. California would be nice to focus on my music and work there. I like warm weather, so yeah, that's Oslo is really cold for me. I love Oslo, but it's really cold, like
And
compared to where I grew up in Lebanon.
yeah, I read an interview where you're talking about the music video you made for a song, and you filmed it outdoors in Oslo,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
was freezing cold.
yeah. I was freezing because I was wearing a shirt only, and after every scene, I would like run to get my jacket and put it on.
um, so you also said that Beirut limits the possibility of artists to make a living through music.
Yeah.
هلا I'm really interested in like writing about the local music scene. واكتشفت إنه there are a lot of new bands and new musicians that are making new music performing in places in public places ما تخيلت إنه they would allow them to perform in. So do you think إنه this would change in the future and Beirut would become a place where it's possible for artists to make a living through their art?
Yeah, I think it's possible. I mean, it's already being done. What I said was like, yeah, Beirut limits the opportunities in our country as there isn't much support for small artists. It's either like really mainstream Arabic music, which I don't have anything against. I'm just saying like more alternative and independent artists don't have the same opportunities. But yeah, I do believe we're gonna have a bigger scene for this type of music in Lebanon, as we've seen with Maila and other upcoming like bands. So yeah, I'm kind of hopeful for the future. There's a lot of talented people coming from Lebanon.
And speaking of Arabic music, you posted some covers in Arabic for Fairuz and Mishra Leila. Would you ever consider producing an Arabic song?
Yes, actually, I have a couple of songs that I've made that are in Arabic, which they will be released at some point. I would say maybe this year or next year. I'm not sure of the date. But I have Arabic songs, and I have one song that's called "لو تتعلمي," and it's really, really good. I think people are gonna be surprised when they hear it.
Yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward to hear that. So, Kamena, I remember you used to skate in Lebanon.
Yeah.
Is it something that you still do? We don't have that much time to practice?
I still skate. My skateboard is still in Oslo, but I have some friends that skate all over the world. So I take my skateboard with me and we just skate for fun. So yeah, I still skate, but I don't have the time to do it as often.
Did you visit the new skate park in Lebanon? It's called.
No, I didn't get the chance to. I've seen it and I've seen people skating there, but I didn't check it out. It looks really cool though.
It does. You
I'm
should
glad
visit it.
I'm glad they did it. Like Lebanon needs more places like that.
True, very true. Would you like to add anything about your music, or is there any message you'd like to transmit to your fans in Lebanon, all over the world?
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for all the support. Thanks for having me on here, Lean. I'm gonna release a new song, a new single very soon. Just stay tuned, follow my socials, and you'll be updated on everything. And thank you for having me again, Lean. It was really nice.
Thank you for joining me. Thank you for this. And this was Maru, everyone. His latest song, Addicted to Her Sadness, is out on all streaming platforms. So be sure to check it out, and be sure to follow and rate our podcast if you enjoy it. And if you have any feedback or suggestion, also please leave us a comment. The Beirut Buzz podcast is available on Apple, Google, Facebook podcasts, and Spotify, as well as our YouTube channel. Check us out and follow for more.